Greetings synth fans, my name is Pocket Spell and today's video is featuring the OPXY, OP-1 field, and our newcomer, the TX-6. A couple videos back, I did a little demo showing how compatible and fun the OPXY and the OP-1 field are when used together. And this time around I'm adding in the TX-6. Now it has actually been off camera for many of these videos, and I was really only using it to add the microphone into the mix, which is coming in from my headset through the Q input and then routed via USB into my phone, so it's carrying all this audio and from my headset all together into the video. But this time around I have added some functionality and actually, using this as a bit of a mixer, more of its intended use. And I have a little jam, a little sequence programmed here. And before I go through it, I'm going to show you how I've done the routing a little bit, how I've done the setup. So this time around, the OPXY and the OP-1 field are not connected at all. They are sending separate audio out into the TX-6. So into channel 1, I have the OP-1 field. I have a bit crusher effect onto just this channel. Now the effect number 2 on the TX-6 can either be applied to one channel or all 6 channels, which the lack of flexibility can be a bit of a bummer sometimes. But we also have effect 1, which I'll just go through this quickly. I didn't mean for this to be a TX-6 tutorial. But we have reverb, chorus, delay, and I guess that's it. This is essentially a send effect, and so for each channel, you can decide, the send level. So right now, as I have this set to reverb, there are some settings on here that you can change, just like medium, small, light, but it's not really tweakable. It's just kind of, you get what you get with these effects. They sound great though. So I have a decent amount of reverb going into 1, none into 2, and the only other active channel I have here is 4, and I have a bunch of reverb, and I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, so OP-1 field going into channel 1, I have OPXY going into 2, and turn that up a little bit. And what I've done here is I've gone into the aux track, and you can do if you hit 2, taken track 8, which I have some percussion programmed on, and I'm sending essentially 100% of that to what I've configured as an audio out. This output here is a multi-out, they call it, and you can kind of decide what it's going to be used for. MIDI, audio, CV is very flexible. Very interesting. I've never seen anything like that on a piece of hardware before. I think that's pretty cool. So I have audio out, and I'm sending all of track 8 through that. Now, I had some trouble figuring this part out. Somebody on the Electronauts forum helped me out. What you have to do in order to remove that channel from the main mix is turn this all the way down to 0. So now what's going to happen is the main mix, the first 7 channels are going to come out however I have them mixed into the main mix out, and track 8 is just going to go to this channel here. The reason I've done that is because we only get 2 effects on the OPXY. I'd say that's rather limited for, this kind of a flagship Groovebox device. But, obviously I love this thing. I'm not complaining. There are workarounds. FX1 is delay, and 2 is chorus. Usually I think it comes kind of preloaded, like 1 is delay and 2 is reverb. That might be a little more standard. You probably want some reverb on most of your grooves at somewhere in the mix. But what I've done instead, I have reverb set pretty high on this track, and the others are pretty dry. I like my percussion pretty dry most of the time anyway, so that works out fine. And then for the OP-1 field, we have plenty of built-in effects. Like I think I have the glorious mother reverb on the OP-1 field, and some additional reverb from the TX-6. Also, what I've done is I put that bit crusher effect on this channel as well. So it's subtle, but I like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and jam this out. I haven't rehearsed this. I'm probably going to regret that. Let's go. a lot more left in. I don't know where this is headed. Vocoder? Would it be crazy to do some vocoder?
Would it be crazy to do some vocoder? So it's crazy to do some vocoder.
Okay, no need to keep this going on. You guys get the idea. This is a powerful setup, and it should be a powerful setup. It's an insanely expensive setup. Is it a studio? Maybe. For many people it would be, and more. Honestly, I still haven't written or recorded a full track with this setup. Maybe that's just where I am in my songwriting process right now. Maybe it's just that I have more to learn on the OP-XY still. They're still super fun, powerful instruments, and I've seen a ton of really amazing songs already put out there, on any of these pieces alone. Stuff beyond what I could ever dream up. But this has still been really fun in the meantime as I'm getting to learn it. And I hope that you all are having fun too. and getting to know these devices, and hopefully cooking up some pretty sweet jams too. All right, that's all I got tonight. Happy New Year. Thanks.